What's up, my friends? Rob Bill, the Holistic Renegade here. And when we think of yoga here in the West, the United States, what we're really visioning is Hatha Yoga, postures. The root word for Hatha technically means forceful. And so Hatha means hardcore. Hatha Yoga is hardcore shit. And you are probably one of the people that experience pain somewhere in your body. And most people, because we sit all day in chairs, we have poor hip function, which leads to pain in our backs. Because we're sitting in chairs, we also have very poor spinal function. So we're gonna do two postures today that are phenomenal for restoring the hips and getting you a little bit of fluidity through your spine. We're gonna do a little bit of Hatha here, and it's about to be a little bit hardcore, so let's get ready. Now, if you're watching this on Instagram, pop on over to my YouTube, I'll give you the full thing. But if you're here on YouTube, well, let's get into it. So from here, we are going to get into what's called a Z-sit. Boom, boom. So we're gonna roll onto that right hip. The right leg's gonna stay bent. We're gonna bend that left leg and sweep it back behind us. I'm gonna turn so you can see me a little bit better here. And once we're there, we're gonna see if we can get a 90-degree angle on these joints. And if you can't, that's totally okay. That just means it looks like a square. We're gonna get that on the left side too. And I'm gonna scoot that left leg as far back as I can. That's called hip extension. When we're bent up, that's called hip flexion. This leg is spun out, this front leg, that's external rotation. The opposite leg is spun in, that's internal rotation. Abduction's away from the body. Adduction is in towards the body. One leg's adducted, pulled in, one leg's out. So we're really hitting everything. Take your hand to your butt. I'm reaching across my left hand. Release that flesh back there so we can sit towards the front of the hips. That's where we want. No desk posture like this. And what we're gonna do is a little release breath. One, make sure you're pressing both knees down into the mat. Say hello to any ants that are with you. Two, best posture of your life in that upper body. As we inhale, we're gonna press those legs down as hard as you can. Breathing in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. As you exhale, let's relax that and just lean forward a little bit towards the shin, the knee, or the foot. And then we'll come right back up. We'll inhale, pressing those legs down, getting that best posture of your life. We'll hold that in-breath, relax the neck and shoulders, pressing those legs down. And as we exhale, we'll lean forward over the shin, the knee, or the foot. Relaxing all that contraction. And one more time, we'll inhale up. Try not to use your hands. Press those legs down. Get tall. Hold that in-breath. And as we exhale, we'll hinge forward. And wherever you are, let's just hang out there for a few breaths. Try to breathe into your belly. And maybe you can start feeling that breath in the back of your ribs. And sweep back up. And now, let's sweep around to the other side. It's called deer pose, technically. We're talking about yoga. So we're sweeping that left leg in. We're gonna do that Z-sit. Looks like a Z. That right leg's back. I'm gonna scoot so that I can get this front leg as close to a 90-degree square angle as I can. I'm gonna slide this right leg back, trying to find my butt contraction here. Finding that square angle on that back leg. Then I'm taking my right hand around to my left butt cheek, releasing that so I can sit forwards on those hip bones so I'm not sagging over. You'll also notice I'm leaning a little bit. That's hips. I can sit up. It's a lot of work. That's what I'm gonna work on. But if you're over here, that's also okay. You can use those hands for balance. Press those knees down. This is a really hard posture. It's not gonna look like this right away. Take that big inhale, get tall. Hold. Activate through those muscles in the hips. Try and sit nice and tall. And as you exhale, relax those muscles. Lean forward, either over your knee, your shin, or your foot. We'll inhale. Try not to use those hands to pull you back up. Press those legs down. Hold for a second. Exhale, relaxing forward over that shin, the knee, or the foot. Totally normal for something to start cramping here. That's just a muscle saying, hey, I'm not used to contracting like this. Breathe in. Sitting up. It's not getting a lot of blood flow and oxygen, so it starts to cramp. It can also be a nerve thing. Exhale, lean forward. I think of it like buffering Wi-Fi. We're gonna stay here for 3 breaths. And so when you're getting buffering Wi-Fi in your nervous system, the muscles, they go like this, pop, 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 pop. It could be blood flow, oxygen. Not used to doing that much work. We're buffering Wi-Fi. Either way, it's okay. It's just a signal from your body to say, I need your help. And after our 3rd breath there, we're gonna come upright. And we're gonna sweep to your hands and knees. One of my favorite things to do is to work on what's called cat and cow. And get your knees right underneath your hips. And if you look back through your knees, you should not see your feet. If you do, you stand like most people, that's okay. We're gonna sweep those feet out so that you cannot see your feet there. Wrists right underneath your shoulders. And if you're like, I'm a wrist hurt, you can pedal into those wrists a little bit. Not lifting them, but pressing the floor away. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna stretch that floor apart between your knees like you're pressing out. You can see me pressing. You're not gonna press that much. Doing that turns on the muscles on the outside of your hips. And then you're gonna imagine you're pulling your leg bones up into those hips. That lifts that tailbone up. 2, we're gonna roll your shoulders down and back like you're gonna shine that heart straight ahead. So you can see I'm arching my back pretty good here, lifting that head up. It's like I'm lifting my tailbone up, pointing my heart straight ahead. We're gonna take a big inhale into that belly, stretching the front of the body. And then as we exhale, we're gonna reverse. We're gonna tuck that tailbone under. We're gonna zip that belly button up. We're gonna press the floor away, press through the balls of the fingers. Tuck that chin down, stretch out the back. As we inhale, we're gonna reverse it. Stretch the mat apart, pull those leg bones in, lift that tailbone up. Roll those shoulders back, heart shines, lift that gaze just a little bit. Inhale into that belly, lengthen the front of the body. Exhale, curling those hips under. It's like a wave, pressing the floor, zipping that belly button up. We're a Halloween cat. Meow. And then we'll inhale one more time. Go into cow, moo, tailbone lifts, roll the heart open, lengthen the front of that body, big inhale. And exhale like that wave, curling into our cat. Meow. And just as a little bonus, we're gonna come back into that cow, tailbone up, heart shines. And it's my favorite thing, we're gonna shift all the way to the right, like we're shifting our hips and our shoulder out beyond our knee and our ankle here. We're gonna exhale into our cat over here and circle around to the left. Inhale into your cow on the left. Circling around to the right as we exhale into our cat. Taking 3 of these. Feels great to integrate the hips, the shoulders, the spine. The spine's funny because it's this thing that can withstand enormous loads. Coming back to center and reversing the direction, left first. It's like a stack of pyramids. Your spine, but it's also supple, nimble, like a string of pearls if we work through it. And the other silly thing is that your breath, absolute best thing for decompressing your spine. It's creating space between your vertebrae. So if you're breathing shallowly because you're under stress, push your back super hard. Finish this last one, and then let's rest. I hope that you enjoyed that. Let me know how it felt, how it feels for you. Drop it in the comments. Go walk around. Have an amazing day. Thanks for being here. And I'll see you next time.